So in this episode of Black Tie Kitchen, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I've never in my life ever made a cheese souffle, but there's a first for everything. So we're gonna try that, and you're gonna watch me probably crash and burn while I do this. So we need 5 eggs at room temperature along with butter at room temperature, and we also need some sharp cheddar cheese. So while these eggs and the butter get to room temperature, we're gonna go ahead and get our 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Apparently we want to do this thicker shred. And no, I'm not wearing this. Oh. I don't know if it's a 1/4 cup in terms of weight or a 1/4 cup in terms of volume. So we're gonna assume it's volume. 1/4 cup. That's it. That doesn't look right. Ha 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 ha! Just kidding. What's a little more? Grease the bottom of a souffle dish, blah, 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 blah. I did better. I got ramekins. These are freshly purchased ramekins. Virgin ramekins, if you would say. Get off my cutting board. So we need to butter these ramekins. Get these nice and buttered up. I feel like that's a little bit too much. Nobody saw that. It's the beauty of cooking by yourself in the kitchen by yourself. Nobody sees anything. That's why I don't wear a hairnet. Not that I need one, but you know. All right, so let's put this aside because I believe we need butter later. So now we need 2 bowls because we're going to separate the eggs from the egg yolks. Let's put these ramekins aside. Now there's a couple different ways to separate eggs. You can sift them through your hand or just crack them into the thing. The one thing they do suggest is cracking them in one bowl and then transferring them to the other. You don't want egg yolks in your egg whites because we're going to whip those up. You can't get a little egg white in your egg yolk, but now your egg yolk in your egg white. I wish I could just eat butter. We do egg whites, egg yolks, track here. So let's do this I'm gonna do this the eggshell way first, just from side to side. Oops, yeah, we're starting to crack. I'm gonna do the hand method. Just let it sift through your hands. If you've never done that, it's a very odd feeling. But it feels so weird, but it's so cool. Oh, I still have another egg to do. We're gonna crack 5 eggs, but we're only keeping 4 yolks. So bloop, bloop, bloop. And we're gonna actually put it over here. We're gonna keep that because we can make mayonnaise. All right, so let's put this over here. We're gonna save that for later. We have our egg whites and we have our egg yolks. Can't read this recipe book. Next thing we need to do is we need to actually heat up our milk and start the bechamel sauce. So we need to put some flour, butter, and milk in the pan, the stovetop. First, I need to move this. Found a piece of sausage from dinner. So we need milk. About a cup. And we need to heat it up. So I don't have a microwave. It's gonna be the pan. It's on low heat. keep this here. We're gonna get our pan, and we need to get the butter and the flour. All right, that's warm. Take that off the heat. My flour. We need to get our butter, so I'm gonna put this on. We need 3 tablespoons of butter, which is about here. And to this, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour. And this is the basis for the roux, which is the basis for a lot of things. If you're doing some sort of, what's that southern dish? Get some light in here. What's it called? Use whole milk. Don't use that 2% stuff because you want that extra fat in there. Watching butter melt is a little bit more interesting than watching water boil. But not by much. And the way you measure flour is you want to make sure you get it full spoon and boop. 1, 2, 3. And this stupid camera keeps failing. Make sure your heat is on medium low. You want to mix this until it's a thick sauce. You know what? Screw this camera. We're done with this. You don't need to see my ugly face. I'm just going to focus on this. You see it's starting to thicken. I hope I don't turn this into a pancake. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the milk. Sink, we're gonna add some salt to it. Made a mess everywhere. We want to bring this up to a boil. We need to add some black pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon. And we need some nutmeg, but the nutmeg is actually just a hint of nutmeg, just a splash. Splash? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Just a little bit. We just want a hint of it. We don't want anybody to know that we're actually putting nutmeg in there. We don't want them to taste this. So we're gonna keep stirring this. I'm just gonna raise the heat a little bit on this so it actually gets to a boiling point. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up already. I feel like I'm making a pancake. So this is a pretty thick consistency. I think this is where we want to be. So let's take this off the heat and take you back to your spot. So let's get this over here. So let's put this into this white bowl, this clear bowl first. Oh, that beauty of a nonstick pan. And we are going to mix the yolks into here. Whisk it. So once this is thoroughly mixed, we're going to add our cheese in here. This is getting there. I already worked out today. I didn't need this. This actually smells delicious. Now, what I'm going to do before then is actually put a little bit of cheese in the bottom. Because it caught the Julie Chars, that's how it makes it better. I don't know what I'm doing British, but I'm just gonna put a little bit on 2 of those. I don't need this anymore, it's junk. So I'm gonna add the cheese. You always want containers to have a nice little ring to them. Stir this into this nice cheesy mixture. And since it's still hot, it's gonna essentially melt the cheddar cheese. Now I'm using sharp cheddar. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Some recipes call for Swiss, some call for mild, some call for goat cheese. We're trying this one. So that's part of this discovery method. We're gonna try it and see how it turns out, and maybe we'll switch it up next time. Maybe we'll do half cheddar, half Swiss. Preheat oven to 375. You can't see this, I'm got the book right here. I'm having difficulty. So I think this is good. I actually need to use the same whisk for the egg whites, so I'm gonna preheat the oven and wash this off. And I'm gonna whip this up. Now you can use an electric mixer, but I don't have one, so whisk it is. Now we want this to be foamy, but we don't want it to be meringue type of foamy. So this is probably gonna take around 2 minutes to do. Forgot I need to preheat the oven. Now, the thing with beating these eggs is as soon as we're done beating, we have to fold this sauce into the egg whites quickly because the egg whites are gonna lose their airy structure. So heat the oven to 375, preheat the oven to 375. All right, not that. All right, so this is probably gonna take me about 2 minutes to do. Up and down. This is a labor of love. You can see the egg whites already starting to transform. Don't want that on the recipe, it's not my book. Starting to get there. I recommend you get an electric mixer. Getting there, a little bit more. This is where we want to be. As you see, it just kind of droops over in a soft peak. All right, so let's get our cheese bechamel sauce over here. We are going to start folding this into this. Using a spatula, a rubber spatula, I'm gonna go down the middle, up and over. Middle, up and over. Middle, up and over. You don't want to overfold it because you don't want the egg whites to get droopy, but we do need to mix it. So I'm gonna put these in ramekins. You wanna put this in something that's steep or deep and not flayed out or big in terms of horizontal space because you want this to rise. This is gonna rise anywhere between 2 and possibly 3 inches depending on the pot that you use when you have it in the oven. So I'm happy with this here. As you can see, it's still got a little bit of egg whites everywhere, but it's not under, or it's not deflated yet. So I'm going to pour these into here. All right. There's one. Now you should fill it up to the top, but since I'm gonna have 4, I'm just gonna fill up a little bit. Here comes 3. And number 4. Need that last little bit. Our oven is at 353. It's gonna be there shortly, so I am going to get our cookie sheet. Now, since I am cooking with 4 of these, that's why I'm using the cookie sheet. It's gonna go in the middle rack for anywhere between 30 and 35 minutes. This is gonna rise, like I said, 2 inches or so. You want the tops to get nice and crispy brown. And as soon as you pull it, you have to serve it. Just keep that in mind because if not, it's gonna deflate and just be ugly. So here we go. I have our 4 and we're ready to go. As soon as our oven beeps, we're going in. And I'ma go hard, and I'ma go. The oven is ready. To the oven. 30 to 35 minutes. Pretty sure these are done. And if they're not done, we can just put them right back in. Just take one of these. You don't want to wait because they will deflate. I like that. You don't want to wait because they'll deflate. All right. Let's see here. Oh my God. It's very airy. Very airy. Very hot. I actually think these overcooked a little bit. And I think that's because I had the 4 ramekins. If I had one big ramekin, it probably would have cooked a little bit slower. So let's learn. This was in the oven for like, it was in the oven for 18 minutes. So this probably would have been good around 15 minutes. I think I added too much salt when I added those 2 pinches. So definitely only use the salt that's recommended, which is 1 teaspoon. This is good, although I would like to add some more cheese at the bottom. Not bad though, not a bad first try. Lesson learned, smaller ramekins, less time, a little less than the salt. Measure that salt precisely. They're very hot. I see it. You almost wanted it to be a little creamy on the inside, so it definitely overcooked. My name is Dennis Black Tie Kitchen, and welcome to the first episode of Never Have I Ever, if that's what I decide to call it. Soufflé. Remember, eat well.